Alright everyone, Jake here. Today we're doing chapter 287 of My Hero Academia. I'm gonna probably just jump right in right now. I don't really have much to say about the previous chapter or anything. I just kind of want to get in. But if you are new to the channel, I am reading the scans just because for me it is very hard to avoid spoilers until Sunday. So I always just usually read the scans ahead of time. I know, and I do reread on Sundays with the official translation and the better art and everything. So if there is any like major change in the way things are said in the official or anything, it'll probably be addressed in the next video. Now this video will probably go up on Sunday though, so you might think that I'm reading the official, but I am not. But like I said, I do support the official release and read it. It's just for me on a personal level. It's just if I don't read it early, I always end up getting spoiled by some either like even if I stay off social media, I just like I'll get a notification for YouTube on my phone for a random My Hero video that's talking about spoilers for someone I don't even watch. So that's just how it is. But anyways, let's get right into it. All right, there's Nana. To think we'd be meeting after my passing. Oh, she's talking to Shigaraki, I'm guessing, with that line. All for one. Oh, yeah, well, all for one, I guess. Does she know that that's her grandkid? No, yeah, she. If the vestige thing and the all for one dream happen, then yeah, she has to know. And also, if the users are backseats to Deku and they know the information Deku knows, then she has to know too. Nana Shimura, she said. 287, mistake. We're inside one for all. What's happening? Kachan, is everyone... Look at that, Tomura. A corpse is talking. Not just any corpse, but your grandmother. The sorrowful and pathetic Nana Shimura. The sorrowful, sorry. I want to see what Shiggy says to Nana. That's the thing that I'm curious about. In the past, and he definitely is just like fused into him. In the past, there were accounts of patients who underwent organ transplants having their personalities adopt one similar to their donors. Most dismissed it as some occult superstition, but I've experienced the same phenomenon myself. Oh, with quirks? I would sometimes have riveting dreams featuring the holders of the various quirks I had seized. Interesting. So the vestige thing is he on? Whenever it happened, it was disheartened, left with a similar feeling of guilt as them. Huh. So is he implying that the vestige thing is not something that's strictly a one for all and all for one thing? Like, the thing is like without one for all for one, it's kind of at this point, I guess, not really a thing that other people could do. But like, I guess what he's saying is like if he implant like okay, well, let's say for Dabi, for instance, if Shigaraki gives an extra quirk to Dabi to help compensate the burns that he gets, would Dabi then have like a vestige of whatever quirk he got of the previous version, a person's thing? The vestige is just like a quirk thing, but it's just that since none of them get passed on, other than through like lineage, that they don't have this phenomenon like Deku and All for One have, like Shigaraki with All for One. Interestingly, however, the moment I relinquished said quirk, the ghost of the original holder would never come out to hunt again. How eerie is that? And I consider myself a skeptic, however, it was my meeting with the doctor when I fully realized what was going on. Much like organs whose cells hold the memory and personality of those who donated it, the same consciousness manifests within the shape of their quirks. Until now, I've always thought that being able to converse with those whose quirks I appropriated was a special privilege exclusive to me. Quit further trampling all over Shimura's memory. Nana Shimura. Now she... Grandmother. Why are you here? Ooh. And now I've cursed my own younger brother to have his consciousness bond to his own quirk. I can only imagine how it would feel to be the next holder of One for All, cursed to have their own personalities live in this blighted plane of existence for eternity. Was that an appropriate greeting? You are Kotoro's. Whatever the reason, don't worry, grandmother. I blame you too. Fuck. Damn, I feel so bad for Nana right now. Damn, look at that face, dude. Jesus. Okay, I had to switch to my phone because my tablet was actually really low and it was like a second from dying, and I didn't want it to do it in the middle of me reading. So I'm switching to my phone real quick. Is that Decay that's coming towards Nana? Nana has her hands out, it looks like. One for All is being eroded from the Decay. Well done, Tomura. Your will is being reciprocated. One for All, it says OFA. One for All's policy of moving in accordance to the wielder's willpower is responding to your unquenchable rage. Hold on. One for All? And this is something that's going to have to, with the official release, is probably going to explain better, but One for All's policy of moving in accordance to the wielder's willpower. He says that, and then you see the Decay coming up the fuck. Oh dear, is that how it is? Seems you detest me as well. Oh, brilliant. This is the birth of the symbol of fear. Halt. Though it doesn't seem to be enough. Who says that? Is it going to be All Might? That's what... Halt. Though it doesn't seem to be enough. I wonder if that's All Might. Oh no, it's the little brother. Considering my brother can just be as stubborn as me. Manipulating this kid this time, brother, it will save all of us a lot of time if you would hand over the power to me. Is this the... No. I think this is the best look we've gotten at the first user. Like, we've seen him before, but usually his hair is covering his eyes and everything. That dude really does look a lot like Shigaraki. He won't be going to you. We have chosen to remain within this body. Now I'm getting pushed back. That's Shigaraki, the will's pushing. This power that my master couldn't control for himself. What the hell? All ones reach out. Power, Tomura! If your strength is combined with mine, then I can take it. Then these ghosts from my past victories can finally be put to rest. Little brother, you said you've chosen him. Quit pretending you're so strong. Shouldn't you know by now? I've been watching through Tomura. Wait, what? Oh, okay, sorry, little brother. I for some reason, because it's showing, since it's showing the first user, I was saying the first user is wrong, but in my little brother didn't register in my head, so I was so confused. I was like, that sounds like. So let me read that again. Little brother, you said you've chosen him. Quit pretending you're so strong. Shouldn't you know about? I've been watching through Tomura. He doesn't know how to make use of such an excellent quirk. He couldn't even protect his friends or his teachers, and instead needed protection himself. If that wasn't enough, he let himself be consumed by rage, just like his teacher, until finally he's frozen on the ground, unable to move anything but his eyeballs back and forth. Leaving this power to such a simpleton was your mistake. He's not a mistake. Someone like you, brother, who only takes advantage of others, wouldn't understand. No matter what, this boy will spill his blood for others. He becomes enraged for others, and without limits and without fail, he picks himself up. That's fucking right. That's my main character. That's my boy, fucking Deku. He's a boy possessed by the need to save others despite his common sense. This power will stick with his body. Is Deku being pulled back? And you see like the One for All lights? What is that? The fucking light in the air? What the fuck? What is happening? Because this is in the real world, right? Because there's the destroyed buildings and shit, and you just see the light going off in the air. Deku gets flung back. Boom. Shigaraki gets flung back. I didn't lose my power, but... Tomura, your body and quirk were not completely stabilized, so you were unable to put all your strength into taking his quirk. You won't lose your mind, but you just need to perfect your body. Now take a step back and replenish your energy. Shigaraki, please, don't move anymore. Now, it says, Shigaraki, please don't move anymore. That must be Deku talking, right, in his head, because as All for One's talking in his head, he says Tomura, which, so... Oh! I'm sorry, I've read, like, usually I read it out loud, but I read this next part in my head, which is why Shigaraki and Endeavor? That sounds exciting. Get ready for what? It's about time. I knew. Okay, before I even scroll any further, because, you know, if I had read this on the page, I'd probably see more, but on the scans, the one thing, at least for reactions, this is the only, like, kind of plus side to scans, besides the officials, and I still think officials is way better, but at least, and this is strictly for reactionary purposes, but because of at least the site I use, it's not like, on the Viz, it's just the whole thing, and then you know, next. On the scans, you kind of have to scroll down, so I can start reading parts of the top panel without reading the bottom. So sometimes some of the bigger reveals, they don't catch my attention as much. Like a couple chapters back, there was the one with Gran Torino when he got punched through. Was like on the regular page, it's like a Nana thing at the top and then the Gran Torino thing. And normally if I was scrolling on the official, I would immediately see the Gran Torino thing and not see the top right away. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, Dabi's talking to fucking Skeptic, and we all said, why the fuck is Skeptic there? And everyone's like, the one thing I think even I said is, what if Dabi brought him there because he knows, like, Skeptic's the one that tacks into satellites and all that shit. What if he broadcasts the Dabi reveal to Endeavor? And I think that's what's happening right now. Shigaraki Endeavor's there. That's time. Get ready. Get ready for what? We're about to liberate this good for nothing hero side. Yes, it's fucking happened. Toga-chan, are you alright? It's dangerous to stand on the ledge. You were looking for them earlier, right? Those UA kids you love, even though they're heroes. At what point do they draw the line? Oh. If a hero's duty is to save people, was Jin-kun not a person in their eyes? Will they kill me as well? Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. That shit just hit me. This is like bringing back up, like, I don't know if you guys saw my reaction to the Twice chapter where he dies, but I was, like, tearing up a bit. Because I was like, I felt for him. And, like, this is this. Was Jin-kun not a person in their eyes? Like, isn't he someone that should be saved kind of thing? Like, fuck. Damn, dude. I did not expect a line from Toga to hit me like that. I'd like to ask that question to them, to Deku-kun, to Ochaku. Depending on their answer, yeah, I'm alright. Damn, dude. Oh, so that's what... Okay, the fact that it showed Ochaku, it makes me wonder, because I was under the impression that the kids that we saw at the end of last chapter, they could be split up into two teams. But I was under the impression that our kids were on the way to Shigaraki. But that was also because of the way that the wording was. It was like, make sure they know on foot, and then it showed the kids. So I was thinking, okay, the kids are going there. But maybe at least some of the kids, like Ochako, are heading to Gigantomachia to try to stop it. And then if that happens, then Toga and Uraraka have some sort of conversation. Because there also is, like, a lot of us have been thinking that Ochako might make Gigantomachia float. So, damn, the Toga, but, fuck, my head is so, dude, the Dabi shit, we knew the Dabi shit was gonna happen, dude. And, like, this is, like, confirmation right here. Like, the reason why I'm so excited is because this is, like, shit that we've been talking about for the longest time of, like, even before this arc started. People were like, why isn't the Dabi revealed happen? There's no point in it happening. Why isn't it? Like, because people are like, like, a lot of people that hate the Dabi theory being Toya, even though it's so obvious, is because it's obvious. That's why people hate it, is because they're like, they want it to be this big grand twist of, and obviously, like, I am jumping the gun a bit because it's not confirmed Toya, but the reason I'm excited is, like, a big thing that all of us that like the Dabi's Toya theory, like we always say, is like, it's not the point that it's obvious, it's the effect that it's gonna have on society as a whole, not just Endeavor. And we've been preaching, like, saying, like, yo, like, there's gonna be a moment where, like, either in front of cameras or something, he's gonna announce to the world, like, hey, like, I'm Endeavor's son, like, this is what's gonna, and that's gonna be a thing. And then when this war happened, and as soon as Gigantomachia and then we're heading there, we've been like, yo, like, it's happening. Like, as soon as Dabi gets there, like, the bomb is gonna finally be dropped. And this is like the closest thing to confirmation in my mind outside of all of the hints that he's been Toya, because we've been saying, like, this is exactly how we've been saying. We're like, he's going to drop the bomb on the news crews and all this shit. Like, we're like, and we even said, like, this is why Skeptic's there, is he's there for the reveal. And look at the setup right there. Oh, but the Toga stuff, that That shit hit me, dude. That shit hit me. I was not expecting, like, for Toga to be thinking all this shit in her head. That's like, oh, fuck. And the one for all and all for one stuff. Okay, so here's the thing. If he did tell Tomura to stand back and regenerate. So I think this is like basically the end for Shigaraki. Once Gigantomachia gets there, I don't think they're retreating, because I feel like the sedative is kicking in. I do still feel like I could still now that they officially did the thing with Tomura, you need to hang back. I do think there is possibility that they're going to retreat, but I still think that once Giganto actually gets there, that's when the sedative kicks in. And if that happens, I don't see them retreating, because they still have all the other Liberation members right behind them. They still have Dabi, they still have Toga. Toga could potentially turn into another Gigantomachia. You know, there's a lot of stuff that the villains still have on their sides. And, like, Deku's basically done, too. Not just Shigaraki. Pretty much Todoroki and the few heroes that are going after Giganto right now are the only ones that are capable of anything. If Redestro and Getten get on the field, and this news drops about the Dabi thing, I definitely think that they're going to push the heroes back. There is still the possibility of them retreating, the villains retreating. But I think, for me, it highly depends on what happens with Gigantomachia. Like, Gigantomachia right now is the key, because the key to retreat is him. Because I don't see them... Let's even put out this scenario. Gigantomachia falls, and then Redestro's like, Shigaraki, we need to get you out of here. He then takes Gigantomachia's place and retreats. I don't see them just leaving such a huge asset like Gigantomachia behind. I know it's like, I can't really see a way the heroes can contain Gigantomachia. Like, even if he's passed out for a couple hours, I don't see how they're going to be able to restrain him. But I just don't see a situation where they just leave Gigantomachia or anything. So my whole thought is that once he goes down, they're like, alright, this is our stand. If he still doesn't fall yet, maybe he can retreat far enough and then the sedative kicks in. But I'm kind of hoping that he falls at the battlefield, and then that's when they have to make their last stand. And they don't really have to do much, honestly, because Todoroki's the only... Well, like I said, Todoroki and the kids, but Todoroki, Uraraka, Tsuyu, and them, like, what are they really going to be able to do once, like I said, if Redestro or Getten pull up? Redestro alone, like, honestly, Redestro is all they need against, like, Todoroki and them. Not to mention we have all the Liberation members behind them. I don't know. Now, I got really excited about stuff then, but I do want to talk about the Dream World stuff. That is very interesting shit. It's implying that vestiges live within the quirks themselves. And if the quirk gets passed on after dying in some way, and not just like inherited like through a baby, but like literally the quirk is transferred to someone else, which explains why some of the high-ends have personality traits of the people, even the stuff with Shirakumo, is that they have a vestige within the quirk, like part of their personality. It's almost... I really hope... This makes me really hope that we get more... like the doctor explaining how he was able to transfer quirks or take quirks out or duplicate quirks. So does... When Monoma copies a quirk, does he get some of the person's personality, or is it because it's like artificial duplicate that only lasts a minute that none of that stuff really occurs? Interesting. And it's definitely implying that All For One, like, even if All For One dies, it's also implying that All For One that's talking to him is not the real life one, but the vestige of the quirk. But it's still unsure if he has some sort of memory link with that vestige version of himself. So it is confirmed that, like, it does seem like All For One will stick with Shiggy, unless that was him just completely killing off the vestige version of All For One. But I'm not sure. I think the only way we'll know that for sure is if, like, next chapter, Gigantomachia says something like, now it's just 1 cent, or something like that. We'll confirm that Shiggy can't take it right now because his body isn't at 100%. Like, he's still only at 75%. So, like, that was confirmed that, like, now, the next time, if they were to step to it, probably, because Shiggy will probably be 100% by then. We're definitely in end, like we're in the like end game of the arc. I feel like we've already been in the end game of the arc, but now it's like the real like I could see with me. The thing is the arc. Okay, the main part of the arc I think is gonna finish within like the next 5 to 10 chapters. The thing is, this arc could potentially go on like another 10 to 20 chapters. It depends on if the villains retreat or the heroes retreat. Because if the heroes are retreating, we might get like another 5 to 10 after like the main war is over. We might get another like 10 chapters that is still kind of the same arc of the heroes retreating. Maybe they're like, because there's a lot of us have been theorizing that the students are gonna evacuate to America and that they're basically just gonna leave Japan. Was a thing, and if there is like an evacuation where like they're like it's not just we're leaving we're not just leaving Jakku, we're like leaving like Japan. If that's like a thing, then I could, in my mind, like as long as it's not like a 1 week time skip, if it is just like a like as this is happening, it's like they're retreating injured and stuff, and they're like, yo, we gotta go now, like we gotta go now. If that's like a thing that happens, then I definitely see like this being like the whole arc being another like 10 to 20 chapters. But if it is like a thing where there's going to be like a time skip thing where it's like a week later or 2 weeks later, then I would say like, okay, yeah, this probably only be like 5 to 10 more chapters. That was a fucking chapter, dude. That was a great chapter because we got some more one for all for one like reveals. We got like some like the quirk vestige thing about the personalities is big information. That is monumental information. Then we got the setup for the Dabi reveal, the Toga stuff contemplating the heroes. Like, that was a fantastic chapter. But anyways, you guys, see you next week.